is there a difference between achieving and contributing?
Ooh, two different animals, if you ask me.
Okay.
Achieving is great, like achieving, like me getting my goals, and I think achieving is a very selfish thing, where contributing is service to others.
Oh yeah, that is Barbie the Welder. Super deep, really inspiring human being. Luckily, I connected with her on LinkedIn and took a shot and said, "Hey, let me just reach out and see if she'll come on the show." And she was so gracious with her time, and she shared some big stuff with us. She's going to talk about how she went all in, like doubled down, pushed all the chips into the center of the table to pursue her dream of being an artist, and how she came back from like 35 bucks in the bank, um, which for a lot of people that's a scary proposition. And of course, having come through such an arduous path, she's learned some techniques and reached out to some resources, and so she shares her secrets on personal development and how she goes about celebrating her wins, which I think I got her on that one, and it was fun to see her response. Oh, and then she gives, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say it's a cheat code, like master cheat code on how to transform sadness into joy. And before I get out of the way and let y'all get on with the rest of the conversation, I got to give a shout out to our patrons who've been supporting us for a long time, have made significant contributions. If you haven't signed up to contribute yet, that's okay, because I know you love us. Hit up the website, learningsandmissteps.com, and contribute to the mission by clicking the button that says Become a Member. Click on that button and join the Patreon team. We would deeply appreciate it. And if you hover too long, you're going to see a pop-up that's going to be guiding you to sign up for our monthly newsletter. So go ahead and give us your information and we'll send you out some cool stuff. And here we go, Miss Barbie. What's going on, L&M family? Here we are with the celebrity, Miss Barbie the Welder. How you doing, Barbie?
I'm doing incredible. Thank you so much for asking me to join you today. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's like, I'm telling you, I don't know if you into fishing at all?
Yes, I love to fish.
So you ever go fishing and like you get the biggest one you ever caught and just feel like I'm gonna brag to the world? That's how I feel right now.
Oh my gosh, you make me blush. And I need to go fishing.
Yes, definitely. So you're in Eastern Standard Time. Where exactly are you in the country?
So I'm in the redneck portion of New York State. So it is. I have to say it because as soon as I say I'm from New York, everyone's like, "Oh, New York." I'm like, "No, you don't know my New York." So I'm in very rural. Like I don't get cell phone service here. There is a cornfield in my backyard. Like I wave at all my neighbors. Very wonderful little dead end road neighborhood in the town of Erin, New York. It's according to last census, I think we have like 1,900 people.
Oh wow, it's like, did you grow up in that area or is that where you landed?
I am about 15 minutes from where I was born, give or take. But I used to come up here, like when I was a teenager, I started coming up to Erin to like run away.
Yes, get some freedom, get some
freedom, and I just literally I love this town.
Oh my goodness! And then you've got all your, I mean, we get to see like the dungeon, the place where all the magic happens.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That is so cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna try not to embarrass you and gush because this is pretty cool. I mean, we connected
on good for my self-esteem.
Is it?
Like, feel free to gush.
You got it then. I'm gonna bring it.
Full sends only. My face, I'm literally like blushing now.
Yes, champion. We scored. So I'm actually today I'm in Dallas. I'm in the hotel. Home base is San Antonio.
Is it really?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me gush a little bit because I was just in San Antonio, I think 2 months ago for Formula One, and literally like I went and stayed in Austin. I've heard all this amazing stuff about Austin. Really loved Austin. Spent a lot of time there. Got to go to San Antonio for like a day, for like part of a day, and fell in love. And immediately, like I'm selling my house like spring, summertime, and I'm moving south. Like I need it to be hot. I love New York. I literally have lived here all my life. But I am like I want to ride my motorcycle all year round. I want to go fishing all year
Ooh,
round. Like I don't have any snow stuff I like to do. Snowmobiling. I like it's fun, but I mean like you need a group of people. Long story, but I loved San Antonio and started looking for a shop in San Antonio. That is like one of the places that I'm dreaming about. But as an artist who sells art online, I can literally live anywhere. I just need a shop, and I want a shop that I can live in. I'm not trying to do a house just like now. Like
sure.
eventually, yes, but I just want to like I want a barn dominium. That's what
A
I'm
barn
aiming for.
dominium.
So all you San
Oh,
Antonio people out there, like if you want to look for like old firehouse, like an old gas station, just something with a few bays, like let me know. I'm looking.
uh-oh. Well, I thought I saw a post about that on LinkedIn that you were considering San Antonio. I'm like, oh, call me. Like, let me buy you
Yes.
breakfast, get you some super delicious breakfast tacos, and maybe find some spots. Uh,
Guys, I fell in love with your ceviche and the margaritas, man. I'm just like, I'm so gay.
the the food is dangerous. You know, when I travel for work, and I always feel like I lose a couple of pounds when I'm not in San Antonio because I'm not eating the breakfast tacos and the tortillas that are like just straight up dangerous.
Oh, so good, man. Yeah, I'm a foodie. Like, and I don't know a lot about food. I just know I love to eat. Like, do not let my small size like I will definitely like. I would probably win some eating contest and eat like all day long. Someone's like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Always."
Always feed me now.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
well, when you come to San Antonio, there's plenty of places to eat, like tons. And it's the hole in the wall mom and pop shops that have like the most delicious,
yeah.
largest servings, amazing service. Like that's where we got to go. So,
That's my jam. Like that's where I like to eat. I don't care what's on like the trip thing. What is it? Whatever TripAdvisor. Like I just want to talk to the locals and be like, where do you eat? Like
yep.
that's how you find the good food.
Yes, ma'am. So you're an artist. You're for some of our folks that for the rare people that don't know who you are. You're an artist. You're a welder, trades advocate,
Yeah.
author. I mean, what haven't you done?
Oh my gosh. That's a good question. There's a lot of stuff I haven't done yet that I plan on doing.
Nice, nice. Big plans.
I always dream huge because I feel like I mean like gosh, even if you dream huge and like you fail, like you still have gotten probably way, way farther than had you either not dreamt at all or you like I was like, oh dream big, like nah F that, like dream huge. Like no, like there are literally no rules, like just what we make up in our head and then live by. So when you start dreaming like these super audacious like dreams, like it's a polarizing thing, I think, which is fun because people are either like you're crazy or like hell yeah, like go for it, I want to watch. So either way, like I'm happy, And gosh, was it PT Barnum? It just totally like did audacious stuff and was a very polarizing personality where people were just like that whole like holy crap he's crazy, but they're still like watching.
Yes. And
Oh,
it's what spoke to him. It was what like we have a calling within us that says, let me out, let me out. And conventional thinking says, no, like let's follow the rules. And like, no, I want to color outside the lines and like
yeah.
embracing that. It seems like you've like totally just went all the way in and said, I'm a color outside the lines, and then bam, like you're living your life.
Yeah. I draw my own lines and then I still color outside of them.
That's even
I'm gonna
better.
have to quote myself on that one. Like
Yes.
completely and utterly, like I do draw my own lines, but yeah, life is completely and utterly like what we think it is. And so if you just by thinking huge, like you literally could just I mean, I've done stuff that I can't even, like, I'm living my life and still quite in awe of what I've done. It seems very surreal and unbelievable to me.
I can only imagine. I saw the recent post of yours where Luna one of your
Oh,
sculptures,
yeah.
and I'm just like, my good, like in my head it's like 30 feet tall, and then it was seeing it, you were holding, I was like, like it's so, how do you, like, it's amazing, it's beautiful, like profound how you do that. It blows my mind.
Very blessed to have learned welding and fabricating from a custom fabrication shop where the people who taught me, one, they're I'm so grateful for them to take their time and share their skills. And that's how the trades are. It's people who are passionate that are, sharing their skills with other people. And it's a giant family. Very blessed with the people who taught me. And the company I work for had super high standards. They still do. They have very super high standards. And so, as humbling as it was when I first went in there and was learning to weld and fabricate, really I had to hold myself to these super high standards, which I grew up with my dad doing that, which works because
Okay.
he's a tradesman. They put me on really small, thin stuff. And so I learned to work with exquisite details in very small scale and have been able to take that to my sculptures, which Luna is, I'm like, I have to do math in my head. Luna's about, I'm going to guess, I think it like 8 inches long. And so, like, or no, maybe 12, like if I was to stretch her out, she'd be like 12 inches, like a Barbie doll ish. And
Okay.
then the way she's sitting, or the way she's kneeling, I think she's probably like 6 or 8 inches long and probably only like 3 or 4 inches tall at the most. I'd
Wow.
have to look at the measurements. Like I know her, but I feel
You
bad
know,
saying it because I'm like, I'm pretty sure she's this big, but I have a wolf thing. Like, just have had dreams of wolves and like being protected by wolves, and was very blessed to 2 years ago go out and learn how to make a kukri with a friend of mine. That's a type of knife. He's a fortune fire champion, brilliant gentleman, Ryu Lim, and he has a pet wolf. And I was blessed to be able to literally like run in a field with her. It was like living inside a dream. It was the most incredible experience. And came home and sculpted Luna. I just felt it, and like I get inspired by stuff and like have to go and create what I feel.
just go let it out. Oh my, that's a beautiful. So you friend has a wolf as a pet, because that's normal, right? That's regular.
For
And
my
then,
friends, it is normal. Oh my gosh, I have like the most eclectic, incredible friends ever. And
oh,
yes, that's normal for.
it's amazing. I mean, like, who doesn't want that? And then you
I
went,
feel like yes, I'm not responsible enough to like take care of a pet full time.
how about
I have
plants?
I have 2 kids, and I'm still not responsible enough to take care of a pet full time. My kids are feral animals. They know this. I love it. It's like a chip off the old mom.
Yes. Well, good, because we need more of that, right? Like, we really need more of that. I think, I mean, I don't know you well enough yet, but we will when you come to San Antonio. But I
Yes.
feel like the energy of like free thinking and free spirit and connected with oneself, like, we give that energy, gives people permission to explore that and flirt with it just a little bit and kind of break through the restrictive, suffocating rules that somebody else wrote that don't
Yeah.
necessarily serve us.
Or that we wrote, that we heard growing up, and that we literally just, our thoughts are literally our, like, how we create our life. Like, have you seen the movie The Matrix?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I could definitely like, I could vibe off of that. Like, we literally create, like, we come up with these thoughts, and they come from wherever, and like they literally like float through like clouds. And we can attach ourselves to that thought, or we can just let it float on by. But we tend to find all these negative things, attach ourselves to that, like I'm slow or I'm not artistic. I had that one like most of my life. Like, I didn't think I was artistic. And here I am like making the stuff I do, and just literally like that was a belief. Our thoughts create our belief, like we look then for evidence of. So I'm like, oh, I'm not artistic. This is just a thought that just forms in my head. It creates a belief because I've been holding this thought for a long time. And then every time I go to draw and I draw outside of the lines, I'm like, literally, I'm like, oh, because I drew out of the line, I'm not artistic. But that can literally mean you are artistic because you drew out of that line, but we've got this thought that that's a negative. And so like we go through our life creating all these bullshit rules, these beliefs that we've thought into existence, and then we live like through these thoughts and beliefs. Now, the thing is, I never thought about like making box forts. Like I'm super good at making box forts. They're amazing. Or pillow forts. Like I'm great at that. And those are arts. And the thing is, because I look at that picture and because, or my handwriting, I'm like, this is my thought. I don't have good handwriting. Now, someone else will look at it and go, oh my God, that's great. And I look at it and I feel bad. Every time I write something, like I'll sign my books. I'm like, oh, I believe in you. And I literally look at this handwriting and just like, even though I know this to be true, like I can slow down, whatever, but I'm just like, oh, you've got bad handwriting. You're not artistic. Literally, it's just like this like mumbo jumbo plays through our heads all the time. And we're like, our brains are like these truth finding machines that are looking for things that prove what we're thinking to be right. It's just like this crazy downward spiral of like made up bullshit. We're living inside this matrix that we've created for ourselves. And I still like, even though I know this actually like to be true, I still struggle with it sometimes. Where again, as I was signing books this morning and sending them out, I look at my handwriting, I'm like, I hope they can read it, and I get very judgy about myself.
Mm-hmm.
You're an artist. Your handwriting should look different every time you write. Like I need to come up with new beliefs for myself.
It's the mental models that we subscribe to. And then we go around and confirmation bias. We find the evidence that says I am less than. And, you know, on one hand, I think, because I do the same damn thing, right? I always say I'm not creative. But I've discovered as a result of like social media and the podcast that I can do some kind of creative stuff. And come up with ideas and people are like, what are you doing? That's crazy. I'm like, I don't know. I think it'll work. And it works.
Yeah.
That's like creativity. But I will tell myself.
You literally are creating right now. You're creating words.
Right.
You're creating thoughts. I mean, like we are all literally creators at our core. It's what we do. Even if it's a shitty life, we've created that. We don't see it. The Matrix, right? The Matrix pulls the wool down over our eyes, and we're literally living in this world that a lot of us, our parents built for us because we're living in thoughts and beliefs from our parents that are, with all due respect to our parents who I love, are outdated or they were false because they went through whatever, like, you know, my mom's mom like pulls her, you know, by her hand as she's shopping and she's in a rush because she's got, you know, roast on the stove. And she's like, hurry up, Judy, you're slow. You know, like, hurry up. My mom takes away from that. I'm slow, and literally just the whole rest of her life believes it. And then maybe she pushes that on me and I believe I'm slow because this is like the household. I mean, like literally, like with all due respect, like shit rolls downhill. And we're getting these beliefs and thoughts from our parents that may or may not be based in reality. It was based in their reality, but like they might have misunderstood at 5 years old what hurry up, stop being slow means.
So here's like the counterintuitive thing is we are living a reality that we created. And then we're kind of imprisoned by it and not taking into account that we actually have the power to create the reality we want, which it's kind of flipped. But I guess we got to take the red pill.
It's absolutely perfect. And that's the truth. And it's a very just plain Jane way of saying it. Like we literally make our lives and then get pissed that we have bad lives and forget that we literally hold the key to unlock the cell that we've created for ourselves. Like if you build this prison, then you can get your way out.
100%.
Literally in real life, like went from being on welfare, government subsidized housing. I've gone through drug and alcohol addiction. I've been homeless a couple of times. Been arrested more times than I can count on one hand. I've been kicked out of 2 schools in 1 year. The second one was for the bad kids. Like from there to, you know, I've authored 6 books. I'm an advocate for the skilled trades. I'm full-time artist and have been for 7 years. I've created art for clients in 15 different countries. I mean, like I've got like a laundry list of clients that'll, blow your mind. Like I've welded live and been on stage at like Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. I'm just oh yeah, I've welded at SEMA. If you've been to like heard of SEMA, oh my gosh, like just crazy. I have companies that sponsor me, and all from all that negativity. I mean, I spent 3/4 of my life, more than that, I was alive, more than 3/4 of my life, like in depression. I've been on medication. I've gone through hospitalization because of it. And I mean, like, I was told that I would, like, never go off of medication. I was told that I would always be in the hospital, like, have gone through some shit. I made that life for myself. Zero regrets. Like, and I'm so grateful today that I've gone through all that because I wouldn't be who I am. And it's, was it fire hardens iron? Like walking through hell and like living in hell. Like, I didn't walk through. I hung out. I bought an apartment there. And, like, hung up the wreath on the door and made myself at home for many years. And at the time, didn't understand like I'm the one that created it. I blamed everyone else for my life. It was all like it's my ex's fault. It's my parents' fault. It's like kids' dad's fault. It's this one. It's that one. Once I realized I made my bed and I was laying in it, I was the one to get back out of the bed and remake it in a way that I really, really like,
Oh yeah. And now you're thriving, you're flourishing. I mean, 6 books, amazing art. I mean, I'm still looking at the Pirates of the Caribbean thing and what's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Davy Jones. I was gonna say Captain Jack Sparrow because that's who I want to be when I grow up.
Yes. Oh yes. Talk about
He's such an amazing character.
He is. At first it was a little weird. You always watch kind of how he walked weird. And then I don't know, I read something and they were like, no, that was kind of recognizing the amount of time he would have spent at sea, meaning his balance was completely off when he was on stable ground. That's why he was always wobbling all over the place, because he spent so much time at sea. Is that awesome or what?
I never thought of that in a million years. I've always looked at that character as he never rushed. Like I want to embody that, right? The sense of humor, the like semi-innocence, but also like the badassery. But he never rushed. And literally, like a Forrest Gump is another one. Like those two characters for me, literally, like they leaned into what they felt was right. They went and they did what they wanted to do, and things just worked out for them. They didn't have to force life. They literally, and like especially Forrest Gump, my gosh, it just like became a millionaire, multi-millionaire, helped so many people. He was loyal. He was loyal to a fault. Yep. He just kept his, just no matter what happened, he kept his cool and just didn't rush and just deeply embodied who he was, and life just kind of came to him. Like the universe opened up and said, your wish is my command. I think both of those characters are something to look at as far as like I rush myself all the time. I'm constantly done next. Taking time off is a huge challenge for me. Even when I'm like, I'm going to take this day off, I literally will sit there and social media and respond to people. Like there's a lot of stuff that has to be done behind the scenes. But when I find myself rushing, I'm just like, yeah, you need a Jack Sparrow today, or you need to do a little bit of Forrest Gump on this one. And just kind of like lean into these characters, because there is, and I hope I'm not like pushing it on social media. Like, I'm like, weld every damn day. And I do say that. I do it most of the time. But it's also like, and it's learned for me to take, like, I'm like literally forcing myself to take time off. It stresses me. I'm just like, I could be moving forward. I could do this. And I really have to lean back into that. Like taking time off thing. I love what I'm doing. Like freaking obsessed. Like love is an understatement. Like I'm obsessed with what I'm doing. Like happily and joyfully. Like dancing around my shop on a daily basis. So have to definitely lean into that whole like Jack Sparrow and let me just kind of
just roll with it
a little bit instead of like forcing stuff all the time.
So I'm curious. how do you celebrate? Do you give yourself
Ooh.
permission to celebrate?
Oh, I was just talking with my coach about this Monday, which is, I think, yesterday or maybe the day before. But gosh, it's such a good question. And thank you for asking that. I do have to force myself. Like, I started out by reading a ton of books, like educating myself. And then when I was able to afford it, before I was able to afford it, I started going to classes and seminars and meeting other people, the self-improvement journey. And one of my favorite all-time things and the biggest eye-opener for me is when I went to warrior training camp. I was good at that one because that's who I am. It's like done next, and charge forward. And we had this exercise where we walked up this giant friggin' mountain. We had teams of 3 people, and the one lady wasn't feeling good, and they were like, if she, like, all of you go or no one goes. And so I immediately went into like, yo, bitch, we're going up this hill. Like, can't puke no more. Like that more like I'm a bit much sometimes. Like I like literally like just masculine energy and just like go do have like conquer like completely. I took this lady by the hand and dragged her up the hill. It's probably like the least nicest thing I've done for a human being, but also it worked out really well. The obsessive person that has to achieve like was like, look at like if I have to put you on my back, we're gonna make it up this hill. Like you can do it. She was very grateful at the end, but also like I've got her, I got another girl, and like we're going up this hill. And I'm looking at my feet the entire time. It's just like next step, next step, next step, next step. And halfway up, that lady is just like, I'm letting take breaks. I'm like, I swear I'm a nice person. Oh man, we stopped. She needed to take a break. I'm sure I did too. But like, I looked up and it dawned on me, like, holy crap! Look how far we've come. Look at how beautiful this is. Like I'm so busy achieving and looking at what my next step is. I mean, like this was an eye opener for me. I forget to stop and take a look around. It definitely represented the whole of my life where once I got my ass out of the, like all the negativity and stuff, once I started this journey, I literally just like nose to the grindstone. But when your nose is to the grindstone, you don't look up and enjoy how far you've come. That was in 2018 that I had that realization. Also through another course, same group. I'm like, did this exercise where I'm filling out all this stuff, and like all this stuff was in alignment. And then I had fishing like on the list, and it was just like why? And I stood up in front of the class, like 100 people, and I'm like everything's in alignment with my business, but this one thing, fishing, is over here, and I just don't get it. And the lady goes, "When's the last time you went fishing?" And I just started bawling, like in front of everyone. I'm fine with that. I'm like, it had been, what year is this? 2021. I don't even know what year it is. That was 2018, so it's 3 years ago. I've been full-time for 4.5 years as an artist. I literally hadn't been fishing in like 4.5 years. And she's like, when was the last time you took time off? Again, like, ooh. So
can we move on?
They challenged me, like the whole entire, like they challenged me and then kept up with me, like, you need to go fishing. Like when you get home, you've got 1 month to go fishing. I did go fishing and then hadn't gone again until this year, in which case I went last year. I went once late last year. So the very short answer to that is I really struggle with taking time off and celebrating my successes. I literally just got done finishing the masterpiece of all masterpieces, The Tradesman, which is, I haven't shown pictures because we haven't unveiled them yet.
No.
Took me 5 months to create. And I mean, we're talking, I don't work 5 days a week. Like 7 is good. I'd work 8 if I could fit it in there. I don't work 8-hour days. I'm like still 12 to 16-hour days. Like I love, but like literally finished it. Now I did take my family on vacation, was gone for 11 days. I drove for 4 of those because I drove everybody.
Nice.
Got home and just started almost like, I'm back in the shop. I'm starting another sculpture.
Wow.
She's got a hole in her head. Starting another sculpture, like literally it was just like bam, bam, bam. Something I'm deeply aware of. I am forcing myself to take time off and to celebrate I know damn well, like, honestly, like, if we want to look at the facts, like, I will burn out if I don't take the time off. And so 2 years ago, I bought a motorcycle, which I had 1 year ago and had to sell it to stay full time as an artist. Did some great motorcycle riding this summer, not half as much as I would like to. I bought a kayak this year. I did get out fishing twice.
Nice.
I'm winning.
Yes.
And I bought a drum set, which I've not spent almost any time with, and I need to go and play the drums. Like, I'm working on finding these ways for me to, like, the drum set was a gift for myself. Like, hey, proud of you. So finding ways to celebrate my successes. I did, like, stop myself and went for a back massage the other day, which is like one of my favorite things to do because I'm tough on my body.
Yes.
Yeah, I really need to do a better job. That was the short answer.
No,
the short answer is I went for a back massage and I definitely need to do better.
And you went fishing a couple times. Like, that's a big deal. I think the L&M family, that will absolutely resonate with them because a lot of us are that way. Most of the folks that listen are in the construction industry. I know 100%. As you're talking, I'm like, oh my God, don't ask me that question because let's, pass. Because we struggle. And as you were talking about it, we list these things of what you would love to do, and you recognize, my goodness, it's been 4 years since I've done this thing, and the emotion that evokes, like, it's a real thing that we all struggle with now. And you use the word achieve, right? And there's like more, and there's something within us that tells us we got to continue. Like, there's no stopping. I too struggled with addiction and all the stuff, and when I was in that state, I didn't have any feeling. Like, I didn't grieve. I didn't celebrate. I didn't long for. It was complete numbness.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so I don't know how to celebrate, and I don't know how to grieve, and I don't know how to be scared because I didn't do those things for so many years. And so learning how to do that and making it part of the practice is a challenge in itself. But also something that's helped me, and I'd like your thoughts on this. Is there a difference between achieving and contributing?
Ooh. Two different animals, if you ask me.
Okay.
Achieving is great, like achieving, like me getting my goals. And I think achieving is a very selfish thing, where contributing is service to others. And so if you could do both, I feel like you're just completely and utterly winning at life. And I think the more you lean into that contributing, like, find a way that the things that you love can contribute. Like, man, like, now you're talking about, like, that's game changer right there. Like, I got into art, like, for completely, and I'll say it's selfish. Like, I just want to make art. It was all about me. And today, like, finding and like only taking commissions that honor other people, honor myself and what I want to do, because I want to do it. But like the last sculpture I finished is all about honoring the skilled trades and tradesmen.
Yes.
And it was just an incredible one. The one before that is first responders and firefighters. And so I'm finding these. I'm very blessed to be in a position where I get to pick and choose. I tell a lot of people no, and it is the best feeling.
Oh, is it?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, when you get to be, because now I'm literally only doing exactly what I want, and there's no like days I'm just like, I don't want to go to work because I don't, I'm doing that because it's a paycheck. There's no more of that. Like, I've put myself in a position where, like, this year coming up, I've got one that is for a cancer center that I'm just so deeply excited to create, because it'll serve others. And so when you can find yourself in a way, your contribution, my writing books, I literally didn't set out to do this, but it is, what a blessing. What a blessing, like, to be able to write a book and have, like, because it's like I went through shit and it's like, this was so hard. I'm like, how can I make sure that other people can thrive sooner? And whether that's good or bad, I don't know, right? Because here I think it's good, But maybe that hustle was really good, that, that forcing myself to, push through all that fear and stuff. Like, maybe it's good, maybe it's not, right? Like the journey is like the reason why I've turned into who I've turned into, and like that hardship and not knowing. So like here I think I'm doing good by writing a book, but maybe it's just like totally just like holding someone's hand and making it too easy. I don't know.
I'm gonna say for me, it's good for me to know that you're doing that and understanding that we have some, and that's the whole thing. Like human beings, we have more in common than we don't. And so hearing your story and the things you struggle with, I'm like, yeah, me too. And you're writing the book. I'm flirting with the idea of writing a couple of books. And
Stop flirting with it and start playing with it.
yes, just do it. I'm gonna do it.
Just jump in with both feet. So super easy. And don't psych yourself out with the bullshit of like, oh, there's 100 books on this subject. Like, no, fuck that. Like you have your own complete and unique voice, your own complete unique experiences. And those 100 books, like there's, they might speak to these people, but there are people out there that they will not speak to.
Yes.
And you need to write yours because there are people out there it will speak to, and only you can speak to these people. And because you've gone through what you've gone through, like you are, like there are people out there waiting for what you have. It is way easier, which, once you get doing something, yeah, it's a lot easier. Are you worried about formatting the book? I'll hook you up with Fiverr. Like, it's completely amazing. If you're worried about your spelling, don't worry. Spell checker helped me with all my shit. There was some stuff I had to change words because spell checker couldn't help me. But I didn't know what an index was. I didn't know like the format of a book or anything else. I Googled all that shit for my first one.
Nice.
It is so easy. And like, if you need a kick in the ass, like message me and I'll give it to you. Because there are people out there that need your unique message.
And that goes to everybody, right? Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a message. I mean, every human being has a lifetime of experience.
Yeah. Oh, it gave me goosebumps.
and we need to share that. And, we need to, on one end, we got to listen to it and receive it. But on the other end, as the person with the experience, like, it ain't nothing. It ain't going to hurt nothing to share my experience. So one book is actually scheduled to release around Valentine's Day. I've got some help with it, but it's kind of like, oh, help me. I'm going to do this thing. And I got amazing people in my life that are helping with that. And you're on book number 6. So you were autographing books today. What's the title of this latest book?
My most recent book is Fuck You Fuel, How to Turn Shit into Sugar. So it's available on Amazon. It's also available in my Etsy shop. If you want signed copies, go to Etsy, Barbie The Welder at Etsy. But it is literally about taking every negative thing in your life, every person that's ever told you no, anyone that's tried to hold you back, taking anything negative, someone who cut you off in traffic, taking all that and turning it into fuel to fuel your way to success. It's literally, and like my books are short, sweet, and to the point. I think it's like 70 or 80 pages. It's like an hour and a half read, but it is literally step by step how I took myself from being homeless, being a drug addict, being on welfare and government subsidized housing, and standing in a food line to feed my kids to where I am today. And like literally just, I have to pinch myself on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And it's just, I took all that negative, like, abusive relationships, everything. I took all of that and I literally just have paved my way to success with that.
Yeah, you have. And you're an inspiration to me and to a bunch of people, especially like I got major bragging rights right now because after this, I'm like, I was talking to Barbie. It was awesome.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, you're so good for myself. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of the shop. Like I've got a garage door. I might have to open that up to get out of the shop.
Love it. I'm here to help. So I saw a post you had made about you started in mechanics in a mechanic shop, and I'm wondering what were your earliest career aspirations as far back as you can remember?
Oh, you want to start at the beginning? I wanted to be the first kid in space. And
nice.
actually wrote to the president and was like, I want to be the first kid in space. And they're like, just come back in a couple years, which didn't happen. Like they had like space camp and shit when I was a kid, and I was just like, I just never got it. My second career that I wanted to be is the first girl on the Harlem Globetrotters basketball team, which they have since gotten. Girl, I'm so excited, but I played sports extensively as a kid until I got into smoking at like 13. I think it was. I started smoking at 9, but really got into it good at 13, and just like got into like really bad depression and stuff and left sports. But I played basketball and played baseball, and I was like, they didn't have girls teams back then, so I was like the only girl on the all guys teams for both sports for years. And then my dad was a diesel mechanic for the government, and so growing up, like he always had me by his side, and like when he did, like he's jack of all trades, and so like when he did electrical for the house, like I would work with him and do electrical and hooking up phones and drywall and plumbing. I helped put the roof on the top of the off the bedroom the one year. I'm just like, I was never treated different because I was a girl. And so he just taught me all this stuff, which gave me confidence later on. When it was time to pick a career, I just wanted to be an auto mechanic.
Nice.
So that was like cars were really, really like my first love, like trucks, anything with motors, motorcycles, tractors, lawnmowers at your race, like whatever.
So there's a theme there that's kind of surfaced now. A theme of like breaking boundaries and being the first and representing the underrepresented.
Isn't it crazy we're still doing that bullshit in 2021 with technology and common sense the way it is, and we're still talking about like women in the trades. Like, are you shitting me? Like, why can't I just be a tradesperson? Like, I'm a tradesman. I like the term tradesman. I'm not politically correct if you already haven't picked up on that. I'm a tradesman, like freaking proud of it. And like, I just so blown away that we've got to have, it's like the first black woman in this and the first, why can't it just be the first person? Like, holy, like, why can't it just be the person?
Yeah.
Just mind blown at how labels, man. I'm kind of over labels. Like, let's just be kind to everybody and try to raise each other. I'm a little Pollyanna when it comes to that. Why can't we all just get along, man?
We all, like, we're humans and we all just want to matter. Like, I want, when I'm talking to people and they give me time, focus, and attention, like that's the ultimate gift, right? Like let's do that. All the other things, there's value there. I mean, I know, I have a beautiful tan, so I'm Hispanic, and there are some responsibilities that come with that for my family, and behave yourself because I'm representing like the entire race, and like that's a little much.
A lot of pressure.
There's a little bit of pressure.
So interesting. So like, why? Like, I do deeply, deeply love like the pride in heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, deeply love that, and I feel like I think that every damn heritage has it except for Caucasian people. I'm like, there's just not like, I was in Chicago for FabTech, and they had, good job. I'm going to get myself in a lot of trouble with it. Was it Mexican New Year? Spanish New Year? I'm horrible. Don't judge me on that. But it was like, I freaking loved it. And there's so much pride there. And like, they've got like, little kids and waving flags, and they've shut the whole street down. And I'm just like, I love it. That was just so wonderful, like, to be a part of it. I'm like, Dos Cervezos, please.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't freaking know. But I'm just like, I just love that they're just so damn proud of their heritage. Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I live in an Irish neighborhood, a little tiny bit Irish. I thought I was a lot more Irish than I was. Thank you, Ancestry.com, for clearing that up. Grandma. Found out grandma. But there's no, there's just not that. I believe in that, but also like.
And that's the thing, right? People assume that I know the history behind Cinco de Mayo, or that I know the history of what, like, I'm in San Antonio, born and raised, lived there all my life. We have the Battle of Flowers parade, and there it has something to do with the independence of Texas and Mexico. I don't know why. Like I
I
really
just like
don't
to
know.
celebrate, man. I love to
Exactly.
celebrate people.
People, like
I
let's
love
just
to
be
celebrate people. So sign me the freak up for whatever holiday that you got. That celebrate, like if it's
yes.
there to celebrate your people, like invite me because I'm just like, yeah, just I love people and I love to celebrate human beings and just like huzzah, like
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I love the celebration. I love the pride
Yeah.
of who people are. Like I love that. Still shocked that we're so damn separated as human beings. Like I just don't
Agreed.
get it.
Agreed. And that's the thing is the divisive thinking, the divisive language
Yeah.
it's louder than anything else. And unfortunately it just seems to keep growing. And I'm all about like let's hang out. Like you said,
Oh yeah.
you got a holiday? Let's go celebrate that
I
holiday.
know. Like tell me how to celebrate. Like tell me how to help you like honor. You
Yep.
know, like I love human beings, and so like how can I honor my fellow human beings, my brothers and sisters? And I right on social media, I do like hello brother, I love you, or my beautiful brother, or my beautiful sister. I call everybody that, and I don't care if you're purple, green, blue, or yellow. Like it doesn't matter to me. It's like we are all in this together, and together we rise.
You got it. Together. So I saw a post with wolves on it, and I can't remember exactly. What stood out to me is to go fast, go alone, but to go far, go together.
Ooh, again, goosebumps. Ah, this is so amazing. I'm fangirling now. This is awesome. I've never heard that. And you're like, you're speaking to me with the wolves, like completely.
I figured,
To
yeah.
go fast, go alone, to go for fuck yeah. Oh, that's intense. I really like that. And it's like that's so true. Yeah, I want to bring as many like I'll cry over this. I'm on this mission that like again, like when I started out, it was very selfish. And like not intentionally, but I'm just like, I just want to make art. And it was all about me. And as I've pulled myself out of depression, as I've built myself, as I've built my business, like happy accident, like I've grown myself into someone like I'm in love with myself today. And
Yes.
now that I know, like, there's just such a massive, just night and day between who I used to be and who I am today. And I freaking want that for everybody. I just want to, like, how can I help everybody, like, understand that, like, you create your life. If you're not happy, you can change that. And I fucking love you. Like, as a human being, like, I love you. I want the best for you. I want to, like, that's why, like, writing the books, I'm like, I started out by teaching teaching other people how to make the art because it was such a, like that's why I felt good about myself is because I learned like it wasn't like poor me inside here. It was how can I? And I turned that mindset from like, oh, poor me, I'm a single mom. I'm, like an ex drug addict or I'm ex this or I like, oh, you got beat up by your boyfriend, all this stuff. Like it was just all this negative stuff. And when I stopped doing that and just turned to how can I make this sculpture? How can I make, and it wasn't sculptures to begin with, I was just sticking stuff together. But as soon as I learned, I wanted to teach other people because it made me feel good to do this stuff. And I wanted other people to feel good. And it just turned into like this massive, like just, gosh, I don't even know, like this little Barbie movement that I've got going on over here. And I'm
Yes.
just like, how can I show as many people as possible that it's possible? Like if I could do it, so can you. And just I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to feel free. I want everyone to feel love for themselves. And like, maybe that's selfish too. Because I'm like, I want this for you. And it's just like, I remember a friend trying to, oh God, it was like right after I was first out of the hospital. I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. I like literally in like this 0-bedroom apartment. And my oldest son at the time, it was just the two of us, and I had just gotten him back because I had literally like given him to my mom and dad because I was like just such deep fucked up spot with drugs. I'm just like, I know it's not good for him. Like go live with grandma and grandpa. And very soon after that, like I'm okay. I was already homeless at the time when I did because I had just gotten out of the hospital, just gotten this like 0-bedroom apartment, just gotten my son back. And the closet was a decent sized walk-in closet. We were literally like, we're taking turns sleeping in the closet to have privacy because there was no bedroom. And I remember my friend being over there and she like wanted me to get a TV. And I'm like, we don't need a TV. We have everything we've ever needed. Like for me, like to have the damn apartment was a lot. But she saw that I deserved more. Like at the time, like my mentality was literally like, I'm like, oh, we don't need anything. But it was that inner belief that I didn't deserve to have anything. And so I'm over here like just not wanting for myself, and she's on the outside wanting more for me because she could see that I deserve more, and in her mind, deserve by having the TV. And I'm just like, I don't deserve it. And it's like I feel like where I am today, I'm like, I want everyone to have a TV.
Yes.
Right? Like I can see that you deserve great things, and like it's just getting people sometime like not everyone. It's such a weird analogy because like I can see it in my head. I'm like trying to think of how to say this so it works out.
What's coming across is our primary purpose on this rock is to share the gifts and talents that we've been blessed with. And what is obvious to you is not obvious to everyone. And the combination of those things compels you to share the gifts and talents that you've been blessed with, your experiences, to help people discover the same thing. And the TV, right? The TV is a beautiful anchor. It's not the TV that I want for you. It's you, the self-discovery of your amazingness that you want for people.
Oh yeah, and that's it too. Is for like you just said, we're like on this rock. I mean, like you want to talk about. I get road rage. I'm doing so much better. I did that whole trip and didn't get it the whole way home. And I'm on a new path, right? Like literally I've had road rage all my freaking life and driving down, long story, but you literally will have someone cut you off in traffic and then spend the rest of the day like fuming about it. But you don't stop and think about the fact of the odds of us being born on Earth, and I don't know the science behind it. We'll talk to one of my favorite human beings ever, which we haven't hung out yet, but we're going to, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't know it yet, but he is my very best friend. Like, love this man. The odds of us being born are just insane, right? And then the fact that, if you're in the United States, the fact that you're here, the freedoms that we have, but also we're on this planet that is literally flying through the effing universe. We can't, we can only see so far. We don't know, what other dimensions exist. Just the fact that there's the perfect storm of we've got oxygen to breathe, we've got water, we've got nutrients, that the earth literally makes oxygen, the trees, and there's this underground network of the mushrooms that talk to each other. And we're pissed about the dumbass pulling out in traffic in front of us, but the just the fact that we're here I'm breathing right now. I don't have to think about it. My hands are moving. I don't have to stop and think move your arm out, move your arm back, scratch your nose. I mean, just the miracle that we are, and that's just such an understatement. The miracle that we are, and if we just, we literally are creators. Going back to our first, the first time we are literally creating this life. It's this thought, just thought just flies by in my head like a little cloud, a little beautiful white cloud, and a warm sunny day just goes through my head, and that thought goes by, and it's you have bad handwriting, Barbie, and you're a moron. You're just dumb because you can't get your handwriting good. And I can either hold on to that little cloud and just nurture that thought, keep it for my very own, feed it and get bigger,
Yes.
Or I can just watch that cloud go by.
Let it go.
Just such miracles that we're even here. I mean, it's it gives me goosebumps. Here we are, you're in Texas and I'm in New York, and we're talking, and we're very new best friends now. And you're on this screen. I mean, I remember programming DOS in a computer. You want to age myself? Want me to age myself? Our first computer was a TI 99 4A.
Yeah, green screen.
That's 3 lines of text for it to go, "Hello, Barbara." I mean, just we're miracles. We
Yes.
can literally like, we are our own creators, and here we are like pissed about some dude cutting us off in traffic with his freaking Corvette.
Yes. Think there's so much more out there to be joyful over, and we let ourselves rob our own joy. So here's a fun question. What is a significant learning that you've had as a result of a painful misstep?
That I'm a business owner as far as
And time for the commercial break. Yes, we are pulling out the answer to this glorious question. And not sure if you heard, but these backstage passes are available to everybody now. Just go to our YouTube channel, Learnings and Missteps, and we've got a playlist out there just for you that compiles all of these backstage passes. If you've already gone to our website and hit the Become a Member button, you will be getting a message from us with early access to the wisdom our awesome guest has bestowed upon us. For the rest of the folks that are still supportive, don't worry, you'll get it. You're just going to have to wait just a bit. Thank you all for listening to the show and for spreading it out there. Our numbers are going up. Our reach is growing. The impact we're having is expanding. I love you guys. And here we go. Rest of the show.
that's where I literally like, that's where like you go up, like you're pushing that boulder up the hill and you're pushing it, and all of a sudden you finally reach the top. Passive income. That's where it just starts snowballing. It's crazy.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Beautiful. Okay. Well, so final question, because I love talking to you, Barbie. And
oh my gosh, I can talk to you all day long.
Yes,
I'm
for
so
sure.
passionate about it. It's just, okay, I lied. I'm obsessed. It's so
Yes.
much fun.
Oh, I folks like us, I refer to as the afflicted. Like
I'm gonna own that like crazy.
I
Oh my
always
gosh,
know,
yeah.
like, oh yeah, she's one of them. We are
What
the
a
afflicted.
beautiful word, because it's such a negative word. But when you say affliction to me, I'm just like, I say obsessed, and people think
Mhm.
obsessed is bad. I'm just like, I'm so joyfully afflicted and obsessed with what I'm doing that I literally just want to hold everyone's hand, like just
Yep.
I want to hold everyone's hand and just be like, come with me, because this is just, oh man, the just like pulling the curtain back and like, look at how freaking amazing it is over here. Like, this is yours. Like, this is yours. Like, it's like the Garden of Eden. Like, this is all yours. Just gotta walk with me.
Yes.
You know,
So
come hang out. Come hang out, and
let's just go be awesome. And so
for real.
that's like the question, right? Is what footprint do you want to leave on this world?
Goosebumps. Oh, I want to leave a legacy. Like, legacy is like, for me, how you make people feel when they're around you, and it's whether they're on social media or in person. My legacy is all about, I want people to feel great about themselves. I want people to see their power, their strength, their beauty, like, their creativity. It's, for me, I like, my legacy is all about how people feel when they've been around me, and hopefully the people feel better because I was in their life.
The few, maybe less than a couple of hours that you've been in my life, I absolutely feel better, Barbie. I really do. I feel like motive, like, man, this is, it's gonna happen. Like, I feel like it's going to happen for me and the people that are in my space. We're gonna get there. We're gonna see the secret that you've unlocked, and we're gonna contribute and make people feel important and valued. You're amazing.
Yeah, it's so simple, man. Like, being kind to someone else, like the simplest, like, if you feel bad about yourself, this is like, my favorite thing. If you feel bad about yourself, if you're depressed, I challenge you to get off the couch and go and stand in front of any store that has a door that you have to hold. Cracker Barrel is a great one, because people, like, this is like, go stand at Cracker Barrel, because every town's got one. And just go hold the door for people. Just go and stand there, hold the door. You don't even have to go in, because if you don't have any money, you can just go and hold the door for people and just tell them, have a great day. I mean, like, it's just such a simple, simple thing. But I guarantee you, like, it might suck at first. Your arm gets hard, effing cold out. I hate the cold. But go do it and just smile. Like, that's another thing. Like, go walk through a store and it sucks because everyone with their masks. Don't let me get started on that. Go, and if you've got to wear a mask to be in public right now, which New York's off their fucking rocker, but whatever. Go make eye contact with people and smile. Like, even though they've got this, like, they've taken this from people, which I think is shameful, whatever. We won't get on that. But go look at eye contact and smile at people. It changes your physiology, and it will change their physiology. And if you've got to physically take them and just be like, hey,
Yep.
you know, okay, maybe not do that part, but just smile at people.
Yeah.
It feels so good. It will literally change how you feel about yourself by going to serve other people. I learned that by accident. As far as like, when I look at this is my business. Apparently, my business is back here. This is my path. International symbol for during my journey.
Yes.
I found out by accident that serving others makes you feel good. So it's a selfish, unselfish thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling bad. I'm like, how can I serve people? Because I know I've not been served. I've been too like, oh, poor me. This is, whatever. How can I go from that poor me to how can I serve other people? It is just such a massive, massive game changer. Go on social media. If you don't want to leave your house, you want to sit in bed, go on social media, go on LinkedIn and go find people who are posting nice stuff and go down and then look in the comments and find people who have said something nice and just be like, hell yeah, brother, hell yeah, sister, or I appreciate you, or I love this. Find nice thing to say about other people. Like, it literally will change. Like, I challenge you just to go and do or say something nice to people. It's just, it changes. You might stop someone from committing suicide. It's just so damn simple. You have no idea what other people are going through, and as bad as you feel, and especially now in the holidays, oh my God, go hold a door, go make a positive comment on someone's social media, go smile at someone in the store. Those three things. I challenge you today to go and serve your brothers and sisters.
That was one inspirational conversation. I wish Renee was able to be a part of that conversation. I think Barbie would have just put all kinds of wind in his sails and helped him believe in himself. But I'm sure he's going to be listening to this. And now we're going to give our shout out. And I'm excited to shout out Miss Amy Campbell. Connected with Miss Amy on the 5S in Relationships live streams. And since then, she has continued to support the effort, and she's a firm member of the No BS tribe. And she left us this feedback. She says, I came to the Learnings and Missteps podcast and No BS with Jen and Jess due to a professional relationship. I don't do much on social media these days, but I do like to check in on LinkedIn. I saw that Thomas LeMay, shout out to Thomas, was participating in a discussion focused on using 5S methodology in your personal life on a Saturday morning and decided to check it out. Boom, mind blown. The people who attended showed up. Real talk, stories, vulnerabilities, sharing, inspiration on making an impact in our day-to-day lives. That discussion breathed life into me and reignited a spark within my soul. I just, like straight up, I just had to read that again to pump up some energy and give me some confidence going forward. Amy, thank you so much. And since then, Amy's joined us on our after parties, on our clubhouse calls. So Amy, so grateful that you were willing to share that feedback with us and gave me permission to shout it out on one of our shows. Looking forward to learning more from you, Miss Amy, and to the rest of the L&M family. Please, there's a bunch of stuff we got going on. Feel free to follow, contribute, listen, critique, all of it or one of them. We love your support. Thank you for being there. We would not be where we're at without you. So be cool, and we'll talk at you next time. Man, you are one dedicated listener, sticking with us all the way through to the very, very end. Please know that this podcast dies without you, and we invite you to share how the episode's impacting you, along with your thoughts, questions, and suggestions. You have been gracious with your time, so we added social media links in the show notes to make it super easy for you to connect with us. Be kind to yourself, stay cool, and we'll talk at you next time.